You are watching a master at work.
Hello. Welcome to the We Eat, We Game, We Entertain podcast hosted by Tom, which is me, and Morgan.
It's me.
Where we dive into captivating conversations across a spectrum of subjects, tailor-made to vibe with whatever has our interests. So this episode is going to be a fresh season. It's our first attempt at an actual season, kind of switching up the style which we're doing the podcast now. The first episode, we'll discuss the evolution of video games, going over a variety of topics over the course of this episode and future episodes, from Pong to virtual reality. So grab your favorite snack.
You want me to make it really big so you can see it?
No, we're good. All right. I lost it now. All right, here we go. All right, now we're starting. Hello, and welcome to the We Game, We Entertain podcast hosted by Tom and Morgan, where we dive into captivating conversations across a spectrum of subjects, tailor-made to vibe with whatever has our interests. In our first attempt at a season, we'll discuss the evolution of video games, going over a variety of topics over the course of the season, from Pong to virtual reality and beyond. So grab your favorite snack, settle in, and get ready to be entertained, because We Eat, We Game, We Entertain starts now. So, welcome back.
Welcome.
How have you? What have you been up to, Morgan?
Same old things. Slaving away at the old 8 to 5. Been on a beach trip.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've gotten a new job since we've been on hiatus from the podcast, so I'm no longer a substitute teacher. Thank goodness.
Ups and downs.
Yeah. I'm now in the financial industry as a banker at a branch now. So just learning all that fun stuff. But good, pays well, can't complain. People I work with are pretty chill. So you had said you'd gone to the beach. So,
yep. As you know, we just went to the beach as a big group. Us and all of our virtual friends. We put all of our avatars together in the same place and actually met up in North Carolina. Had a great time. Went to the beach actually like 3 times. Super fun.
yeah, I was about to say 3 or 4 times. I forget, but I was.
Oh, y'all went 4 times. I was late, so I missed the first day.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah, you were traveling that first day we had gotten there, the first full initial day. But I will say, the weather was perfect. I think 80 to 90 degrees the whole week. Only sucked that one day because it was just too windy, so they wouldn't let us boogie board or swim.
Realistically, we probably could have gotten in that day, but it would have been the same thing that it was the next day that we went, where we just got like slapped by the water.
Oh, I had so much fun though.
It was a lot of fun, so I think that we should have just went and not done the pool.
Yeah, exactly. We want to just talk about, I guess, what all we did at the beach, because we could go into, not dive too deep into it, but the pool, that was kind of funny what we did there, and obviously the boogie boarding and going out.
Yeah. I mean, we can go a little lightly over it. So we went to the Outer Banks. I learned stuff about the Outer Banks this time. Learned about the lighthouses and stuff. It's pretty cool stuff. Went up in a lighthouse. Felt like I was going to get blown off because it was super windy that day. It's like super high up in the air. Normally, I'd like to look around and stuff, but it was too sketchy that day. So I just did my one little circle, clutching onto the rails for dear life, and got back down. Oh, you didn't come that day.
I was about to say, was that after the pool?
That was before the pool.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd been to that lighthouse, and I mean, you pay to go up in it, so pay to see the same sights that I've
That's the
seen
thing.
before.
Yeah, I mean, it is cool to be able to see really far and stuff in the Outer Banks, and just learning stuff about the Outer Banks in general and the new highway and it stretching further, and that it's really just a long way out there. I didn't realize because last time I didn't drive up there just how big North Carolina is. It's huge. It's got a huge coastline,
Oh, yeah.
and I didn't realize that. Driving through North Carolina was like 6 or 7 hours, while South Carolina was 2 hours, Georgia was 2 hours, Florida was 2 hours. So
Mhm. Yeah, North Carolina. I think if you go, top to bottom's pretty long. Virginia, if you're on 81 top to bottom, I know that's like 8, 9 hours depending on where you jump on.
yeah,
So yeah, it's a good drive though. I mean, I don't know for you, but I anywhere from like 4.5 to 6.5 hours to the beach house from where I live. Just depends on traffic that you hit. Well, one thing
yeah,
you didn't get to experience was the Virginia's tunnels.
yeah. I never have got to go through one of those.
Yeah, because we
I think
got kind
we.
of screwed.
I've been through one in New York, but I'm a fan of the tunnels.
Yeah, it's like super long bridge that just goes underwater for a little bit. It was
Yeah, it's
pretty
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
Something I guess
I'm a big fan of
Virginia's.
engineering projects.
Yeah. So yeah, we did. We went to the beach, lighthouses, a lot of history around that area. Since we're where the beach house my parents own, it's right next to a like I guess public park type deal.
Yeah,
The Whalehead Club.
yeah,
Fancy white people back in the day took it over for fishing and hunting. And the story goes from there.
yeah.
Now it's just a public park where people hang out and do 5Ks every week and have weddings and all sorts of shit. Cool area though. The one thing that I enjoyed this time because we did the same trip last year, um, just a couple of different people, different circumstances, is and different vehicles. Is we went on the 4x4 beach where you could off road, drive
Oh
in the
yeah,
sand.
yeah. Big fan of that. Would love to do that more. I guess I need a 4 wheel drive vehicle, but I wouldn't want to drive that far with it. Is the issue. I save so much money by taking the Camry up
Oh
there.
yeah, car. Yep.
Yeah, I got 35 miles to the gallon pretty much the whole way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, but Lee, Morgan's brother, was able to bring his F-150, and we would go drive out probably 10 minutes driving on the beach, which is beautiful. If it wasn't as busy, you'd see horses, maybe even a couple sea turtles, um, stuff like that. I've seen horses out there, but not in the middle of the day. It's normally like way early or way later.
Hmm.
But yeah, you pick a spot, you park. You don't have to drag a bunch of beach stuff, bunch of shit everywhere. We were able to bring lunch most of the days because we had a little stove top, forget
Hmm.
Blackstone grill little thing. Um, yeah, we didn't have to haul shit, a couple 100 yards in the sand, which is a pain at any point.
Yeah, and I'll definitely be able to plan better for that next time. That was really one of the best part, though, is being able to go to that beach.
Literally set up where you park in the oceans, 10 feet in front of you. Another thing we got to do, which I know, I don't think we did it last year because we went to shop. They went to the pools last year while we went out and shopped. Just you and I.
Yeah, we
But
didn't
we
do
went to
that
the
as
pools.
much. We went to eat the one day down in Nag's Head or towards Nag's Head, but we didn't actually go and do anything there. I think the next time that I go, I'd like to do like some mini golf or an arcade or something like that. There's an obstacle course there. I saw there's
Yeah, we're
skydiving
actually
there.
real close to the obstacle course.
Yeah,
It's like in
I
between us and the off road spot.
I think it'd be cool to go skydiving there because you could see all of the islands from the Outer Banks and drop down. That'd be sweet.
Oh yeah, you can do that. I'll jet ski while you guys do that. Not a fan of jumping out of stuff like that.
You just don't think about it.
Yeah, that's my problem. I think too much.
Just you're not even signed up until you're about to jump out, and then you're already in the air, and it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we did that. We went to the pool, which was decent. Had a couple of drinks. Just kind of chilled out. They had good food. That Southwest wrap that I had was pretty tasty.
Tenders were good. Tenders were good.
Oh yeah, tender. I heard the fries were good too.
6 out of 10.
Six, so not that good. I'd say the Southwest chicken wrap that I had was like a 8.5,
Yeah,
8.7. It was up there. You can't get much better than what I had as far as wraps.
I can't complain for poolside service. That's fine.
Well, yeah. But then they had a competition. They called it the Big Daddy Splash, and so we were like, "All right, yeah, sign up, whatever." I don't know who said we should sign up first. Was it you or was it?
It was definitely you.
I didn't. I that couldn't be me. That I probably egged it on. Delaney or
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
couldn't see. Somebody said it, but I egged them on. I was like, "Yeah, let's fucking do it, whatever." I mean, I don't do that stuff really. So anytime I get a little chance to bump myself out of my comfort zone, why the hell not? And I'll try and get that video. I'll post my video on, the YouTube. Uh, Shout out YouTube. We'll have this podcast video up there.
I,
I'll have to get the video from Delaney. But yeah, anytime I can burst out of my bubble a little bit and kind of shock the senses without jumping out of an airplane, I can do that.
the issue is that I didn't know that it was about the performance. I thought it was really all about the splash. Being the
That had
first
nothing
one,
to do with the splash.
yeah, splash didn't matter. I could have walked in the water and that would have been okay. I would have got the same score. Um, all that matters is the performance. So I think next time we should go all in on one person, your performance, and
Nah, elite.
no, it's you.
Because the Big Daddy Splash, unless we have kids within the next year.
It
Elite.
doesn't. They don't know that.
Yeah, but I don't channel the inner dad.
Who do you think you'd be a better? You think you'd be a better backup dancer than Lee? Because really, the backup dancers are the stars of the show.
I don't know. We got a year to figure it out. But overall, I don't think we went over. So you have to sign up and then you pick a intro song, which I was like, oh cool, they're just gonna, play it and then we just run out and fucking jump in and it's a splash. Try and get the biggest splash. I'm a big dude, fucking sign me up. I'll at least get top 5, top 3. Because I was looking at the other dudes and they were all like, there's one dude that was there that did the splash. He tried to make a big splash and he didn't. It was just boggling.
I
But
I think I
yeah,
had the biggest splash.
yeah, I don't. I never saw my splash. I just assumed it was big.
From the way that I felt in the water,
I
think
fucking sunk. I don't know why they had us in 4 foot. Like, put us at the deeper end.
yeah, I full on disoriented myself, spun around, got pool water in my face, and hit the ground on the bottom. So I know the splash had to be incredibly high.
Yeah. Yeah, I sunk like a rock. I just immediately hit the water and my butt just like smashed off the ground. And then I like burst up and it's only fucking 4 feet of water and I'm over 6 feet. So I just like, but yeah, they had it was just a bunch of old men dancing and then us. We did the like big splash and, um, I think the funniest part was when I got Lee to sign himself up.
Yeah, we
He
had to
did
work for
not
that.
want to do it.
We had to work for that. He doesn't like doing anything like that.
Oh yeah. But yeah, he jumped in and you did the Star Spangled Banner?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were the first one, so that kind of set the tone. I think I put my hand over my heart when you were going in cuz you got to be patriotic as fuck sometimes.
Yeah.
Good way to start. I think Rick had some Van Halen song, but it wasn't Jump, which I thought of after I already wrote mine in. I had the Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin, which I feel is a good one. Probably not caters to the young people, which
Our
that's
judges
what you had to do, I guess.
our judges were a group.
Yeah, and then Lee did. I don't know what the song's called, but it's like Girl on Fire.
Yeah.
I don't know who sings it. I want Alicia Keys or something. Um, but yeah, so yeah, the people who won it was just this dude. The dude who won came out to
Hmm.
the Hulk Hogan like intro, and he had the Hulk shirt, but he fucked up because he didn't rip the Hulk shirt in half. Um,
Care too much about the shirt. That
yeah,
was the problem there.
but overall, it was fun. I got fucking pool was wet. Pool was of course it was wet because there's fucking water in it. Pool was cold. Woke me up a little bit. And we didn't win. I think I got like bottom three.
We probably all got bottom three.
Yeah.
We're
I know I had
disappointments.
one like 8.5, but then the lady gave me like it was like between 6 and 8.5. And they said nice cannonball and I'm like why a 6 then?
Yeah.
When you're given like 9 point somethings to uh, no point to ramble. Nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about. So, anything else you want to add about the beach?
No, good time. Had a lot of fun. Here's my shirt.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to next year.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Um, so we'll beach, new job. Anything else?
Um,
You
no,
moved.
I
You
didn't
moved your
move.
desk and everything. You didn't move like you're
Oh
not in
yeah,
the
yeah.
front room
I
anymore.
guess for the podcast, I do have a new background. I think there's a sleeping cat right there. There's a sleeping cat right there. I'm in the office now. I'm not in the living room, which I think Lauren enjoys. Was I married last time?
I don't think so.
I'm married now. Already don't know where my ring is though.
Did you
So
lose it?
it's around. It's around.
It's just around the house.
It's somewhere. I think that we know where it is. I don't know where it is,
You
but
don't
it's
wear it all
somewhere.
the time.
It's too uncomfortable. I've got like these webbed fingers.
Oh, so it doesn't slide up. Do I?
It's just
No, I
super
don't.
super uncomfortable. Anything that's on my finger just drives me insane. And then I'm also kind of claustrophobic. I don't like wearing jewelry and stuff. I've finally gotten used to a watch, but I am married,
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
As I'd say, I don't wear watches and shit either because I feel like restricted.
I have to take it off like when I eat lunch and stuff like that, but it I wear it at work to look fancier.
Yeah, maybe I'll start doing that.
Got a stun on them hose.
Yep. So, we'll shift into games. Um, I know you guys jumped back into Minecraft pretty heavy.
We have it. It's been fun. I haven't played in a while. I got a realm. Haven't had to pay for it yet. First month payment's gonna come up. I think it's $8. I'm gonna try and um, shame everyone into giving me a couple bucks to pay for the realm. It's fun though. I think we can have up to 11 people, and anybody can get on whenever they want. We've kind of been building up the spawn area a lot for the kids, and then eventually I want to have an exodus and go across the ocean and then the desert and then the ocean to get away from them and build a new land. But a lot of things. Still building the initial spawn area. I'm gonna build a castle in a city. Look at Eddie stretching back there.
Mhm.
Um, it's pretty fun. I enjoy Minecraft. There's been a couple of updates since I started, or since I last played. The last one that we really got into was the Nether update, which added a bunch of new biomes in the Nether. Instead of it just being a red hellscape, it's a bunch of other types of hellscapes as well. So since then, they've added caves and cliffs, which is a lot of fun. It makes
Like in the Nether.
the caves and cliffs are out of the Nether. In the
Oh,
Nether,
okay.
there's a different bunch of different biomes now, though. So there's a soul sand, a red warped for or a crimson forest, and a warped forest.
That's pretty cool.
So there's different kinds of trees and pigs and shit. But the caves and cliffs, now there's actual real mountains in Minecraft instead of it just being little lame hills and stuff.
Hmm.
And there's also different kinds of caves apparently, which I haven't really found yet. Um, and there's different things that grow in the caves. We found some geodes and things that are new. Besides that, they've also added archaeology, which I haven't found any archaeology shit either, but it's just because I haven't really tried. We've been doing all the other stuff to get everything ready. And they added cherry blossoms, which we did find some of those, and we like building with the wood because it's pink and pretty. And the wood is easy to harvest because it's not very high.
Oh, nice.
So that's it on Minecraft.
Okay. Yeah, as far so games, I always jump back into Overwatch, which is nothing new.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been meaning to get on there.
yeah. So Overwatch, which is whatever. It's same game, different season. Uh, and then I jumped back into um, old game came out in like the early 2000s, which is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords.
I love Knights of the Old Republic. It's one of my favorite games, to be honest. I think that I also own it.
Yeah, I think I got you to buy it when it was on sale.
Yeah.
In reality, it's only like when it's not on sale, it's $10, which is well worth it if you're good with,
Terrible
mid
graphics.
2000s graphics.
Yeah, that's the thing. And how hard is it to play on the computer? Do you use a controller?
No, I don't use a controller. It's pretty easy. It's
Okay.
mouse.
Okay.
Couple. You can switch your bindings, key bindings to what you want.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll check it
So
out. I need to get back on there. It's a fun
you
game.
can use. So you can use a controller on the second one. The first one, if you get on Steam, it's not compatible with a controller. I think because at first I
Okay.
was like, oh, I'll just play it on controller because that's what I'm used to. But it's actually, I think, better. without the controller. You're able to click more areas and stuff.
I mean, I feel like if you can play with a mouse and keyboard, I would much rather do that. Most games are better if you can play with a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm going to say it's just like Fable, which is another one of my favorite games. With the RPG where you can go good or evil, so you can either be Jedi or Sith.
It was really an early version of doing that too, because the game came out in like 2002 or 2005 or something like that.
Same time around Fable. So those two, I think, really were like good, like shaped how the stuff is today. As far as choices, great consequences, that stuff. You can be evil or good versus evil effects. And in this game, you can have two other people running around with you, so your choices kind of affect what they do too. Because I know you can change without giving up too much. Some of the characters can become like force users, and you can get them lightsabers and stuff. So, like, you can have a whole team of Jedi. It's cool.
I don't remember all of that. I remember like building the lightsaber was super super fun, and having all the different like lightsabers and stuff like that. That's the main
the different crystals.
Yeah, love that
colors. Game. They did more in the second one to where you can do double bladed, unstable crystals, stuff like that. But yeah, I know what I'm trying to do is there's a handmaid you can get in the second one. That's one of the characters that you pick up on your journey. She can become a Jedi. It's just you have to do good deeds around her and get her to open up about herself and all that.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, good game. Get it on Steam for $10. If it's on sale, it's probably like $3. So
love those.
Worthwhile. So we'll move on to what we had discussed before we started. We're going to be doing. So this is the first episode of this like season 2. I'm doing air quotes like season 2.
Yeah,
where we're going to be talking about different stuff, and Morgan will get more into it.
Yeah, so just trying to give some more structure to the podcast and actually give us things that we can talk about and move on from, and give us different prompts, if you will. In this season 2, which is really our season 1, but
lack of a better.
Yeah. So it's whatever it is.
We're going to episode 9.
Over a set of episodes, we're going to discuss kind of the evolution of video games and go over a lot of different topics that just over the course of the entire history of games. We'll start out, talking about the earliest games, and at the very end, we'll get into the newest stuff and maybe even some future stuff, virtual reality and esports, and all kinds of cool things that have changed with gaming, and our unique perspective being born in the 90s.
Yeah, right before shit took off. I feel like the technology boom.
So total, I think we've got like 7 or 8 episodes that we're hoping to do just about the evolution of gaming. Our first episode that we've got, and I lost it now. I had it pulled up. It was just old games, arcade games. The first game, start at the beginning. So first thing that we had wanted had written down to talk about was just discussing early games in general, and your favorite classic game. So what of the old games do you enjoy playing the most?
I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Pong. I think that's the first game. Yeah, and if it wasn't the first game, one of the first games
Yeah.
I think first game I ever played was Pong. Either Pong. The only three I could remember that I jotted down was Pong, Pac-Man, and Space Invaders. I
Yeah.
guess Galaga too, but
All good games. I never played a ton of Pong. I have played a whole lot of Pac Man. I think that I've gotten several iterations of Pac Man. I've probably spent $200 on Pac Man games over the course of my life. In that, I mean, I've also played Space Invaders. I love going to arcades and stuff. I used to play a lot of Dig Dug, but really Pac Man and the even better Miss Pac Man are my favorite arcade games, I would say.
why do you like Miss Pac-Man?
So Miss Pac-Man came out after Pac-Man #1, so it's got a few years of just evolution of games on top of it. It's got better characters, more levels. The levels actually change more in between the levels in Miss Pac-Man, and I that's the main reasons. It's
Oh.
just a little better.
The only reason I say that is because I'm pointing, but like through the wall over here in the basement that I'm in is a Miss Pac-Man little arcade thing.
Oh,
That with Space Invaders.
oh,
It's
that's
like
it.
you can do one or the other. It's one of those Walmart. If you go into Walmart, they have those
Hmm.
kind of mini arcade. My dad, I guess, got a random itch. I
Nice,
think he's meant to put it at the beach house,
cool.
but it's never made it up there. Personally, I told him to get the Simpsons one.
What is
It's
it?
just me.
Simpsons? What the Simpsons game?
Yeah, do you remember? I don't know if you ever went to Chuck E. Cheese when you were a kid.
No.
Okay, so in Chuck E. Cheese, I went a lot. Whenever I visited my grandparents, that was my Nana and Papa's. That's what we called them on my mom's side.
That's cool.
Still call them because they're the only grandparents that are still alive. Um, we'd go to the Chuck E. Cheese in Chattanooga and we'd play all the games. And the arcade game was The Simpsons. And it was just the 2D run around. You could be Bart. I was always
Okay,
Bart
okay,
because you
okay.
could have the skateboard and smack people. It was just a fun one. It was kind of like the Ninja Turtles arcade game that you see.
Yeah, yeah.
Just it was The Simpsons.
Man, what's the game where you go? If Lee was here, he would know. It's like you go in a dungeon with four different people, and there's like a wizard and Gauntlet. I love Gauntlet. Love Gauntlet.
Is that the one? Have you ever watched Stranger Things?
Yes, I have watched
Is
Stranger
that
Things.
that arcade game that they're playing at the beginning of one of the seasons?
Oh, I think it might be.
And the dragon burns the dude, and it's like game
Hmm,
over.
maybe not. Or I've never gotten that far. One of the two. I don't
I
know.
forget, but it looked like a cool game.
Yeah, Gauntlet is just you go through. It's like an early dungeon crawler. You go through a
Hmm.
dungeon. There's spawners. There's four different classes of dudes you can be, and you kill a bunch of shit. It's fun. Me and Lee and a couple other people played to over level 100 one time on Xbox when we were teenagers. Fun game.
Oh, fun fact: they played Dragon's Lair.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah. In Dig Dug, fun fact: Max plays the Dig Dug game, and she has like that high score or whatever.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that kind of leads us into our next question anyway. Did your parents or grandparents play any of these games? Um, I know that when we were writing all this stuff down, you said that yours didn't really play a lot of games, but my dad loved Dig Dug. Like, I got it one time on the PlayStation, and he came over to my house and played it for like a week straight. Um, but always was into arcade games and stuff. We had a place called it was just Putt Putt, I think. Now it's Fun Park in Albany, where we grew up, and
Hmm.
they had a bunch of arcade games there. But we'd always go there and do a bunch of games there. But he was always into the old ones, and then they played. My grandpa actually played Zelda in the the 80s whenever it came out, like the original Zelda for the NES.
Oh yeah, no, that one. I played that one a couple of times back at a neighbor's house when they. I remember their basement had like I don't know if they have these when you grew up, like a little door, probably like just enough for a child to fit through, and it was like a secret room where you had to just like Indian crisscross sit.
No, that's cool.
It was real weird, but yeah, it was a cool room. It was just like if you were just looking, you would think it was like a little like AC vent or something, but you'd pull the little door open and it was this like long, narrow room that was probably like 4 feet wide and 3 feet tall. And they just had a TV in there, and then S, the NES, or I think it was the Super Nintendo. It was the Super Nintendo because we played the like that Mario game,
Yeah.
the one that got like
Mario
everything
Land.
hyped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those are fun.
But yeah, we played the shit out of that. I don't know where I was going with that, but video games, cool as
Yeah.
fuck.
Video games. So, next question on the same thing. Did you go to arcades when you were a kid? Or like what is your arcade experience?
Uh, the arcade experience would just be, Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never really went to I don't remember in Australia there being any arcades around. We were always outside. I
Yeah.
think that's what, and, not to go off on another tangent, I think that's what was different about this, everybody growing up after us is we spent a lot more time outside because we didn't have a lot of shit to keep us inside.
Yeah, and I mean that was definitely the same thing for me. I didn't really play video games myself until I was like, so I mean I was born in '92, so I didn't play video games myself in the house until I broke my arm when I was like 7. So that would have been '99, and by that point, like I think that I'd gotten a Game Boy Color and I had a Nintendo 64. Um, so until then I didn't play any video games except for going to Fun Park like I talked about, or Putt Putt, or whatever
Mm-hmm.
it's called. And then I sucked anyway because I was a little kid. But I always loved going to arcades once I got into the teenage years.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
but
We never went besides Chuck E. Cheese. I don't remember any like actual arcades where you'd go in and throw, get a bunch of quarters out and
yeah,
go nuts.
and I think by the time that I was old enough to be wanting to go to arcades and doing stuff like that we already had, Game Boys and stuff. So there's no reason to go somewhere when you've got your own game.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Today, arcades. Any arcades near you? Do you ever go to arcades, do arcade stuff? I know you said you've got Miss Pac-Man in the basement.
Yeah, so that there are arcades, but it's Dave and Buster's, I guess, if that counts as like a arcade.
Yeah, that's what I was
I'll
going to
go
say.
on dates there.
That's the main one near me is Dave and Buster's. The food is 6 out of 10. Once again, that's
Do you remember Potomac Mills? That
Yes.
big mall we went to?
Mhm.
So my brother, which he's like 17, he actually just started his senior year in high school, which is wild. But he goes to Potomac. I don't know if he does it that much anymore, but he would go to the arcade there. There's like a little I guess they cleared out like 2 shops worth in like a mall setting to give you listeners like a visual. Knocked out the wall in between and just put a arcade in there, and that's where I think weekends he would go over there all the time.
That's pretty cool.
So, but Potomac Mills has kind of got like ratchet.
Yeah. I would be afraid to set one up in my town that's that big in the mall. I feel like it'd get rowdy.
I think it does, and
Yeah.
there's not really. They have a bunch of Paul Blarts, but they're not really
Hmm.
too. They can't really enforce much.
Yeah, and we've got a place called Bragging Rights. It's just like a local place. Apparently, this dude went around during COVID buying up all the arcade machines he could find. I don't know where he got the money, but then after COVID, he opened up this place, and there's just tons and tons of machines in there. It's all kind of ghetto stuff because it's stuff he bought secondhand, but it's cool. You pay $20 and you can play all the games you want. There's like 100 pinball machines, which is nice. It's pretty fun. And then,
You just pay a flat rate.
yep,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, and I think they have beers and stuff, and I know they've got like arcade snacks. It's pretty cool. Um, then the other thing that I've noticed today and that is all right, fun sometimes, are like barcades and stuff like that, which I've gone to a couple times. The one here has gotten bigger and expanded over the 5 years that I've been here, and now is like covering 2 or 3 buildings where it was just one floor of one building. Um,
Hmm.
so I think a lot of people are doing that, especially the college age crowd. They like doing that while they're drinking, and I guess with the alcohol, you can subsidize and make enough money that you can afford to fix the machines.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Thought. Going off of that. With the barcades and stuff like that, you don't really, or at least around here, you don't really see too many of those to where you have a bunch of arcade games and then there's alcohol and all that.
Oh,
I
really?
know. Yeah, none that
Okay.
they have. So they have in Old Town Manassas, which is like 10 minutes away from me.
Hmm.
Um, they have like board games. I forget what the restaurant's
Okay.
called, but it's like
Yeah.
a sit down, and their whole place is just filled with like different board games and party games and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I think so. My buddy that lives in Seattle, he goes to a bunch of those types of barcades, but it's more of like pinball.
Okay.
A lot of pinball.
Well, you should come down, man. There's some pretty cool arcades here. There's a barcade. It's fun.
Yeah, I gotta see the next time I can get off of work without
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Full
Um,
time man now.
it's a good life.
Semi good.
It's tough, man. I like that vacation. I feel like I need a vacation because of the vacation. I'm so tired. I've got to go to Orlando tomorrow. We
Oh
just got
yeah,
back.
what is that, work related or?
Yeah, it's HR Florida, so I gotta go and attend sessions
How long are you there?
until Thursday. It should be good. It's a good learning experience. I don't get the opportunity to get into the learning space very often in my profession since I got
Mm-hmm.
my degree a while back, so it's good instead of just like hammering away at work, which is what I've been doing recently.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like somewhat sore still from the beach,
Yeah, I
just
got
from the
that.
amount of like waves we were running through and stuff.
Yep, I'm sore, and I got the boogie board sunburn and a weird sunburn on my stomach, but It'll be
Yeah,
fun.
you got a nice ball sack on your stomach.
I figured it out. It's my hand.
Yeah. um, but yeah. Vacation from vacation would be nice.
Yeah, I'm just always tired, and I mean, I have a lot of vacation time saved up, but I, if I can keep 200 hours when I leave here, they'll cash me out and pay me for it, which would be, you
That'd
know,
be nice.
5 weeks.
Yeah,
That's solid. Like I need that. So
a nice
I
going away present.
exactly. So I consider my 200 hours like 0 hours, and because of that, it's like really hard for me to build
You
up enough
can't
back.
go under 200, or
I
else they.
No, I can. It's just I'll have to build it back up if I ever want to leave.
But 200's like the minimum to be able to cash out.
No, I can cash out less than that.
Oh, you've just put it at 200 hours.
That's the maximum you can cash out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, do they. Yeah. That's good. Does it carry over year after year?
Yes.
Or they don't make you cash it out at the end of the year?
I cash it out when I leave the job.
So I want to say they don't let us roll over.
Hmm.
I have to read more into it because I've only been working there for a little over a month now. I don't think they let us roll over, but we have like end of the year reviews to where you can either get like, I think the lowest they'll give you as like a bonus is like $1,000, and then up to like 7 or 8 grand for how well you do. It's wild when I was reading about it.
That's crazy.
And I might not be saying it like I don't think the 7 to 8K. It's like that's hard to attain. You have to get like.
Yeah, I'm sure, make
I'd be
$1 billion
fine
at
with
once.
this year. I'd only be working there for half a year.
Getting that
Give me
1,000.
like give me 1,000 or 2 grand extra would be sweet.
Yeah.
Um, but
We
yeah,
get
Navy Federal is like ridiculous with the extra stuff they like help you out with.
we get at the end of the year in December like a cash out. We can cash out 16 of our vacation hours, so it's 2 extra days on our paycheck. But that's the only bonus that we can really get for anything
Hmm.
because we're state employees.
Okay. Yeah, so just like an extra, little bump.
I mean, we can get other ones, but that's the main reason. It's like we don't have money for stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're stingy.
Right. I want to say that's good enough for, games. Early games, we really weren't going to talk about much just because neither of us were born. So, besides just regurgitating,
Yeah, and it's not meant to be like a big, huge thing.
yeah,
We've got other stuff to talk about too.
I'm
So I
not
think
trying to get you guys to learn on shit that doesn't even matter to me, really. So,
we're not going into the history of games. We're talking about the stuff that we care about.
relevancy.
We entertain ourselves.
Yeah. I do like to entertain myself time
Yeah.
to time. But let's move on to sports. I think last time, so the podcast that we did before this one was the draft. So that was April.
I have no idea.
It was
Yeah.
probably April.
We
A little
talked
bit
about the
before
draft
April.
some, I think.
Football's back, baby.
Football.
Preseason.
Yep.
Preseason ends tomorrow.
Does it?
Tuesday, they have to drop their teams down the roster to 53. The
About
official.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
so they're at like 80 something right now.
Talking about some huck it, chuck it.
Yeah. Any standouts on the Falcons? I know we watched their performance on Thursday night, which was
I really like. I didn't get to see Ritter play a whole lot. I think that he's going to be fine. I really like our backup though. His first name's Logan. I can't remember his back.
Woodside.
Woodside, yeah, the rookie backup.
Mm-hmm.
Our other backup is Heineke. I think he's the highest paid backup in the league, which I'm more than happy with. That's fine. But
Yeah, he's a mid-tier starter.
yeah, that's what I'm
He'll
saying.
get you through a couple of games if
That's what I'm saying.
Ritter
fine.
goes out.
And then, but Woodside looks really good. We've got some wide receivers that look good. I don't know any of their names yet, besides the people that we've already had.
You got some, from what I was looking at, just while they were playing and the people on the sidelines, you do have a couple of old Raiders.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Was Calais Campbell a Raider? He
No.
wasn't, was he? Okay. I'm super excited about him. He's the free agency pickup that I'm probably the most excited about.
The wide receiver, he's a good number 2. It's Mac Hollins.
Okay.
Mac Hollins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mac Hollins he's a solid guy.
Yeah, I've seen him. I think he's going to make the team.
Oh, yeah, he will. He's your second string wideout.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. No, he was he is our second string wideout last year. Derek Carr, he's good on deep. He never really had a chance. I'm trying to think who he played for before. Maybe he was on the Saints.
Okay.
Mac Hollins.
Is he tall?
Yeah, he's tall and fast.
Dan Quinn likes them tall dudes. Not Dan Quinn. Oh my God. Arthur Smith.
Oh, so Mac Hollins is he was on the Eagles, Dolphins, and then he was the Raiders for the one lone year, and then the Falcons this year. He's a good. I don't know. I don't think he fit in with the scheme. McDaniels likes slot guys or like super fast guys. Like I think we got Dorsett as our like speedster.
Yeah,
and he was an ex-Patriot. Yeah. Oh, you have him. I think Justin Ellis, a defensive tackle, or he might be playing end. He's a solid backup, rotational guy. He's more of a run stuffer, though. Which I don't follow the Atlanta, but I know you said that they were a little small on the defensive line.
In previous years, we have been. I'm super excited for the size that we've added this year. This is the first time that we've ever had like 3 dudes over 6'5" that I've ever watched. We never have good nose tackles. Now we've got the David Onyemata, I think is how you pronounce his name. I didn't get to see him play because Arthur Smith barely played any starters, which is a good thing. But we'll see in week 1.
Oh yeah. Raiders. Any rookies that you liked?
Obviously Bijan.
Did they play him at all?
They played him a little bit in one of the games, I think, but they didn't play him a ton, which you don't want to run your running back a ton in the preseason. But I'm super excited about seeing him. I'm not even remembering the rest of our draft right now. It's been so long. That's the thing.
I think you got... Well, while you kind of brush up on who you guys got.
Yeah, look at that.
So the quarterback the Raiders ended up getting in the 4th round, Aiden O'Connell, he's been playing solidly.
I saw a game where he played. Yeah, he's really good.
In which McDaniels, our coach, for all he's worth for shipping out like most of the team that, was solid, Derek Carr and all that. I still think Derek Carr could play, but he's good with rookie, young quarterbacks that he's able to mold because You can do deep throws in his style, but his style's quick passes, which really favor the
Yeah.
rookies, so they get up to speed better. I mean, because look at Mac Jones, the first year or two that he played. McDaniels coached him well. But yeah, him, the defensive end didn't really play that we drafted early. Neither the tight end that we, because we traded away Darren Waller to the Giants. Michael Mayer, I think's his name. Neither of them played the first like 2 picks that we had because they were just injured.
Oh, okay.
Then who? Oh, today. So we're recording this on the 26th, Saturday. They officially re-signed Josh Jacobs.
I saw that. Yeah, that's a good deal for the Raiders. 1 year, $12 million, I think it was.
Yeah, so he signed his franchise tag, which put him at 10 million or whatever, and then we just gave him, that deal brushed away, and they gave him 12 million for 1 year.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he balls out this year, and we just pay him what we should. Get him. I'm not saying 5 years.
I don't think
Give
you
him-
should pay running backs.
I
think
mean,
that-
I'm down to pay him because he's a beast.
I think 1 or 2 year deals over and over.
I'm
and over.
saying 3-year deal for 30 million.
You'll probably have to do 3 years, 45.
No, because nobody's getting paid like that anymore. Running backs aren't getting paid like that. I think the last deal was like
I don't think he would take
Nick
it.
Chubb.
I don't think he would take 3 years, 30 million. He just got 1 year, 12 million. He's going to want more next year.
Well, and then 3 years, 36 million. That's fine. But he can just look at Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, they're not giving him a contract,
Yeah.
and nobody's going to trade for him.
Well, they would, but they turned the trick.
They want him. They want too much for him,
Yeah.
and they have no leverage. But did you find out any other draft picks that?
Yeah, I remember the Matthew Bergeron dude. I'm excited to see him play. I didn't see him. He's a guard. Our offensive line is going to be nasty this year. That's my only takeaway from the preseason. And that our defense is way better. I saw us actually getting sacks, which we normally don't get sacks or score points in the preseason. So huge, huge ups for the Falcons and getting rid of the most frustrating things about them over the past 10 years to me.
Yeah, besides Crosby, the Raiders don't get sacks either.
Yeah.
I think he had the most. He had like 7 or 8 last year, and we only had like, maybe 15, 16 sacks. So it's like he was half of the sacks. Going from that, though, we did our fantasy draft while we were at the beach, which was pretty fun.
Yes.
For our league that's I'm the commissioner, I think it's the CFL, not the Canadian Football League, the Couch Football League.
That's right.
8-team league, pretty chill. PPR.
We're small.
I threw in some wild stats, wild numbers in there to kind of make it interesting. 2 quarterbacks, which I know Morgan loves.
It's whatever. I prepared for it this year.
Yeah. And so that one went well. Any players, any steals that you thought you really had it over on people?
I don't want to discuss until after our draft tomorrow because I have a few sleeper picks that I'm thinking are the dudes that I don't want to tell people about until after all of my drafts are over. At least the ones that I, to talking to people.
Well, as you, the ones that you picked up.
What if I want to get them in the other draft?
I mean, you can get them in the other draft. I mean, I can see your team.
I know, but I don't want you to know my guys that I think are sleepers
Oh,
because
all right, that's fine.
I still think they're sleepers. Hold on, I'll tell you
Who
people
was your
that
favorite pick?
yeah
Who was your favorite pickup?
I'll go through that. Who were the good people that I think that I picked up in the first round? Hold on, let me pull it up. In the first round, I got Tyreek Hill. And the reason is you've got some stuff in the stats about big plays costing or like giving you a lot of extra points. So I figured that Tyreek Hill would be a good early pick. I really like going wide receiver early
Mm-hmm.
in this league just because I feel like I can pick up running backs in the waiver wire and nobody really knows who the top running backs are going to be anyway.
You
Um,
picked up Ridley, who I wanted to pick up.
I think Ridley's going to have a big year. People are sleeping on him a little bit. I guess that's one of my giveaways. I think that he's going to be have a great year. He'll probably get 1,400 yards and 12 touchdowns this year. Um,
Yeah, I
Trevor,
mean, look what Lawrence did with who's the cast out from the Cardinals that went over there? Got the big deal for.
I can't remember his name.
But yeah, they
Yeah,
made him look really good.
Trevor Lawrence is for real. I think that he would be a good pickup. If he's available in a late round. I think Lawrence is the dude. I got Hurts and Herbert in this league, so I didn't need to go for a Lawrence. I do think that Lawrence went pretty early.
When did you get Hurts? Did you get him third or fourth round?
Yeah, I got him in like the fourth round, and it was like I somebody had picked Mahomes and I think also another quarterback, and I was like, oh okay,
I
let's.
picked one that you wanted. I got Justin Fields and Joe Burrow.
Oh, I did want. Yeah, I was gonna pick Burrow, and then I think you got Hurts.
You got Hurts.
Yeah,
Well, I
so,
think I think I picked Justin Fields up at like a decent time just because
yeah,
I think he has an actual wide receiver this time with DJ Moore coming over from the Panthers.
yeah,
He absolutely ran over everybody last year. I think second highest rusher quarterback rushing season ever.
yeah. He's good.
Um,
I mean, he's just got to get a chance. I think, and he
I
needs better
think this
weapons
year,
around him.
and they gave him better weapons,
Yeah.
which is what I'm happy about.
Um. Other people I got AJ Brown at wide receiver. I also got Devontae Smith. So I got two Eagles wide receivers and an Eagles quarterback. I may try to trade Devontae Smith for something at some point, just so I don't have two wide receivers on the same team. But it's honestly a good hedge. If one of them gets injured, I've got the other one. So I don't
Yeah,
hate it as a play. It's just if when their bye week comes, it's gonna kind of suck. And then I got Calvin Ridley, as we were talking about. I think that he's going to have a better season than the fantasy people think that he is. I also got Mike Evans really late.
that was
Um,
another guy I was looking at.
yeah, I
But
got
then I don't know how. I always want to say Johnny Manziel, but it's Baker Mayfield.
yeah Baker Mayfield, Kyle Trask. I don't know who the quarterback's going to be, but Mike Evans is good. He's always a good wide receiver, and he's easy to throw passes to. Whoever their quarterback is, they're going to be looking for a big, easy target, and Mike Evans is that. So I think he'll get a lot of touches this year. I still picked up Tyler Algier because I know the Falcons are going to run the ball way more than they're going to pass the ball. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that regardless of what they do with Bijan, that Algier could end up getting a
I
lot
think
of
he'll be
touches
a good
this year.
flex.
And if Bijan gets injured, or if they use him more like a Reggie Bush, where they split him out more. We'll see how it goes. I think Algier will at least produce, 10, 12 points a game. We'll see. And then I got for my running backs, Madison for the Vikings because Dalvin Cook is gone. And then I got Damian Pierce for Houston. He played for Florida, and he's good. And he did really well at the end of the year last year.
Yeah, what I can go over my team real quick.
Since we're doing it.
I already said Justin Fields, Joe Burrow, both quarterbacks. Joe Burrow I know he might not start the first week, but it's like, whatever. He'll be good down the stretch. Same with Fields. The first pick that I had of the draft, I went Cooper Kupp, which I think he's a first rounder. Even with his age and with him being injured last year, I think they're just underestimating him with Matt Stafford.
He's a good scrappy gym rat, right? I mean,
yeah. He can catch.
Yeah,
he's not too far out from.
In a PPR league, he'll do great with Matt Stafford. I think Matt Stafford's going to abuse him.
Yeah, who's the other wide receivers
I'm not sure.
on the Rams? Yeah, you can't name them. So I have Cooper Kupp as a wide receiver. My next one is Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's the Lions guy.
Yeah, he's good.
There are other wide receivers suspended for the first 6 weeks.
Oh, no.
So Jared Goff's gonna just pass to him every time. What I ended up doing for running backs, and this is where I didn't realize until after the draft, as the second round pick that I had wasn't really any good wide receivers. Wanted to go 2 wide receivers at the beginning. But Bijan Robinson was there, so I just said fucking picked him up. And then, so he's the rookie running back. And then I got Jahmyr Gibbs, which is the other big rookie running back.
Yep.
So I'm hoping those two will do really well.
Big season
tight end
for the Rooks.
Yeah, tight end, I went Evan Ingram. He did good on Jacksonville. Wasn't really good on the Giants, but this last year he picked it up, I guess. I don't know what. I guess scheme-wise, he is in a better scheme.
I think he's a great athlete, and Trevor Lawrence can throw to him.
Yeah. One of my kind of sleeper picks. I don't think it's a big sleeper pick because if you don't know, you just don't follow football. Is Jordan Addison. He's the Vikings rookie wide receiver that they picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins likes to dish it out. Justin Jefferson's always going to be double, triple teamed. So if he can catch, he'll have a lot coming his way. If he can win the one-on-one battles. That I picked up Jameson Williams. He's suspended for the first half of the season. I was the first one to pull the trigger on a defense in this one.
I got a defense last. Very last. I got New England.
I got New York, which I think they'll do good.
I don't care about my defense. I'll drop them every single week if I have to.
Yeah, I normally do that. But yeah, that's my team. Since we're doing this bi-weekly, every other week, we'll give you updates on how. I think you and I face off first week.
Is it?
I think so.
Very good.
But that should be a good one.
Very good.
I think you're projected 10 points over me, but they gave Gary the best fucking draft class, and he auto-picked, so...
You never know.
Gary, if you're listening to this, you auto-picked besides Patrick Mahomes.
We saw it.
You dusty bitch. Yeah. You did that, and then you picked up a Redskins player. But, yeah. Auto-draft king. The 2 people who kind of auto-drafted for our draft got the highest graded drafts, so...
That's how it goes.
Good job, Yahoo, for Yahooing it up.
Yeah.
We do have another draft tomorrow night, which is
At 8, I
oh,
think.
yeah, it's at 8.
So
How's that going to be with you out on
ex-
the road?
exactly. I'll be at the conference by then. The issue is, I hope that everything is over and I can get back to the room in time to do that. Otherwise, I may have to just draft at a bar or during a speaker talking or something like that.
Oh,
So,
you'll have to. Have
yeah.
you ever been in a league with 16 people?
Not with real people.
This shit's rough.
Yeah. I
It's
know. I know it's a lot harder.
I know.
You got to dig
I don't
deep.
think I really discussed it with you before, but it's $10 buy-in,
Oh, is
which
it?
is
Okay.
easy. Yeah,
Yeah, that's no
$10,
problem.
whatever. But third place, you just get you either get your $10 back or you just say, "Hey, the commissioner's
Buy
my
me
friend
next year.
Mike. Yeah, just hold it over till next year." And then so that leaves 150. I think second place gets 50, first place gets 100, and we have the I've been in this league since like it's almost coming up on 10 years. But we have two trophies that he just kind of keeps, and you get your name on it and your team name. But there's the toilet bowl trophy, which is just a toilet trophy, which if you get dead last, your name's on there for the year.
Cool.
I think I got that like 3 or 4 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then for the actual, and it's like a nice trophy. I'll have to see if I can get a picture or something of it. But it's the Matt Pratt Trophy,
Oh,
which is
cool.
named after because our good friend that passed. Shit, it's been more than 4 years now, 4.5, almost 5 years in January. He
Mhm.
passed. He was in the league with us since its origin. But yeah, this is your first year. Sadly, it's just a one and done year because the guy, unless he just doesn't come back or somebody else drops out, you'll be able to stay. Um,
Oh wow, it's fucked up.
yeah, I figured you'd like it though. And I think we normally have one person drop out every year or two.
I'll try and beat him so bad this year that nobody wants to play anymore.
Yeah. Um, yeah, because we have 16 people. I'll have to if you end up getting on, I'll have to get you in that Discord. Um, I think it's called the Discord server's called the hot dog flavored water.
Okay.
Um, we all my friends are fucking weird like that growing up. But yeah, it'll be a good one. 16 teams, kind of shitty. You're really those last picks are like almost as important as your first picks,
Yeah.
and you hope you don't pick fucking a first round dud like the toilet bowl year that I had. I think it was because I had Derrick Henry that year. He went out, or I had
Mhm.
my first round pick shit the bed and just like blew himself up and he was out. Um, but yeah, should be fun. Draft tomorrow night. Hopefully you don't have shit to do.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll set alarms and stuff.
Yeah, and yeah. Regardless, you'll be able to draft. It's just if you're doing it in your little presentation or whatnot. Just be in the
Yeah,
corner.
I'm hoping everything is over by 7, and maybe I can grab some food and go up and do that. That would be the ideal thing, but I'm not sure what time everything is. I've got to look at it.
So, but yeah, that fantasy can't. I mean, we're not a fantasy. We're no experts. I
No,
will say, I'm decent. I think I'm over 500, which is good for how many years I've been playing.
I'm platinum in Yahoo Fantasy Football.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'm like over 150 wins and around 150 losses.
Let's pull up the stats real quick. I'm actually quite proud of this. Hold on.
But yeah, well, so we don't
Yeah,
stats
here we
wise.
go.
Maybe we'll look up in every week, throw a waiver wire pickup or something. Somebody who we've picked up that we've done well, or who we've dropped, or who's been impressive, who's not, whatever we feel like talking about fantasy wise, and definitely what our, records are.
Yeah,
No.
gotta keep up with it. I don't know how to look at my stuff without like really getting into it.
But yeah,
I'm
we'll
glad.
yeah. I think you won our league last year.
I did.
So I think I came in like 4th or 5th.
I win a lot of leagues.
I was just middling.
You just gotta look every week. Like honestly, that's huge in our league.
This other league is just a whole. You can't even play it the same way. It's ridiculous. Waiver wire is fucking brutal.
Yeah.
The draft is brutal, depending on where your pick is. Like I think I had the first pick, and I didn't. You pick first,
Ooh, and then
you
32
pick
picks later.
32nd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get, Christian McCaffrey or Jonathan Taylor, and then I get fucking
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, or I'm pulling the trigger on, Travis Kelce if he's not, or Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Enough sports talk. There's nothing really. UFC's been good. Sean O'Malley's the bantamweight champion. You weren't there when we watched that. You were getting ready to start driving, but that was pretty tight.
Yeah.
Knocked out Aljamain Sterling. Besides that, nothing really crazy. A couple of fights coming up. I don't know off the top of my head, but just go to Google and type in UFC card and it'll show you what's coming up.
We'll probably get into it in the next episode.
So, how we like to end, and this won't be every week either because I wasn't as busy. But the recipe of the week, we'll be doing. I made meatballs.
Meatballs. These are. Oh, I can't read the whole thing. I started it wrong. Get ready for meatball heaven. The secret to the juiciest meatballs you'll ever taste.
Yeah, that's a good title catcher. And it doesn't. I didn't put meatballs. It says the secret to the juiciest balls you'll ever taste.
Oh, did I say meatballs?
Yeah,
My bad. The
It's
juiciest
whatever.
balls you'll ever taste.
I don't know. I enjoy cooking, but as far as like doing one, and bi-weekly I could do it, but we'll see how it goes. We might not have a recipe every week. We might just talk about, some food that we enjoy cooking, like steaks or whatever,
Yeah. We'll mix it up some, and we don't have to talk about food every week. I'd also like to do more one-offs of the food things so that we can really like get into the things and talk about it in a more deep way. Like the cooking thing.
Dive.
Yeah, I'd love to spend, just 30 minutes talking about cooking steak.
Yeah.
Whole episode.
Even though,
30
fun
minutes.
fact, your boy doesn't eat red meat anymore, but that shit's
okay.
wildin'.
Yeah.
Seafood, chicken, and turkey, baby.
I still want more seafood. I'm so hungry. I'm just always hungry now.
Yeah. Oh,
I gained
Dude.
like 5 pounds at the beach.
I'll weigh myself tomorrow, but I definitely lost weight with the amount of like ocean cardio that we did.
I didn't do enough. I was too lazy.
Which is fine. You're on vacation, but I fucking love boogie boarding, so
Yeah.
I was boogieing.
I was supervising the construction of the wall.
Yeah. And if somebody had a video, I will put it up as like a YouTube short or something on ours. But I bought a little half moon watermelon looking floaty. I hit some waves on that thing. That thing was fucking legit.
Rode it.
Yeah.
Rode it. Better than the boogie
Riding
board.
waves.
Yeah.
Just on a fucking little floaty. That was pretty fun.
It's the way to do it.
And we all caught waves. It was a solid week. So
Oh, yeah.
we had meant to record the podcast there, but
having too much
nothing
fun.
lined up. Yeah. We were always tired at the end of the night just from getting wrecked all day.
Yeah.
Never even went out to the bars, really.
No.
Solid vacation. It needs to be next August so we can do it again.
We will.
All right, yeah, that's all we've got this week. You want to take us out, Morgan?
I will. Well, thanks again, everyone, for watching. We eat, we game, we entertain. We hope you enjoy this episode as much as we did making it. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on all our latest content. If you have any suggestions for future episodes, feel free to leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, game on.
Game on!
See you soon.